good evening and welcome. My name is Sandra. My channel is called Sussex Sandra, and welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, how you doing? Brief introduction about who I am. So obviously I'm a woman of colour. I'm middle-aged, so I am 51. Ooh, yes, I know, I'm 51. I have got very oily skin, as you can probably see. And I love makeup. I'm a bit of a makeup enthusiast. I always have been since I was little, and I mean little, when I used to go to Woolworths. For those of you in the UK, you know who Woolworths were. I used to go to Woolworths, I used to buy their little red lipsticks. This is at the age of like 10, 11 years old. I used to apply the lipstick to my lips. I used to dab it on my cheeks. I used to put a little bit on my eyes, and I used to think, da-da! Yeah, made up. So I've always been into makeup. Just that there hasn't always been makeup available in the UK for people of colour. That situation is changing, or it has changed significantly from when I was younger. Still improvements to be made, but now we can find makeup to suit my skin complexion and to suit the type of skin I have. And what's also increasingly really good as well is that it's not frowned upon for a woman of my age group to enjoy wearing makeup and to be able to play with makeup. It is not just a thing for women and for young men who in the age group of 20s to 30s. Us old women, we like to play with makeup and enjoy makeup as well. We like to play with colour and we like to follow the trends as well. So my channel is for those of us who have got melanin infused skin, who may be the older age group, so we're talking about over 35, 40, 50, for those of us who have got very oily skin, and for those of us who just enjoy playing around with beauty products, follow what's going on out there in the beauty world, and just enjoy makeup. And we don't take it too seriously. We're not taking anything too seriously. But this channel is also for those people who aren't afraid to challenge the status quo. So if things are being done that it's like, well, you know what, we shouldn't be doing that, you've come to the right place, because I'm not scared to speak up about it, because I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't do this channel because I want to further my career, I want to earn big money. I do this channel because I just enjoy it and I like to share my enthusiasm out there with everybody else. So anyway, let's get on with today. So today it's something I have purchased and I totally forgot that I purchased it. Obviously it must have been on one of those days in I don't know, beginning of the month or end of January, and I was just sitting there thinking, browsing on my phone and looking for something to spend money on again. And I went on and this package came today, and when I opened it, because I had no idea what it was, when I opened it I saw it was this. I purchased the Tati Blendiful and I completely forgot that I purchased it. So this is it, it came. So I was looking to see when I ordered it. It literally was about 10 days ago, so it's just over a week ago. So beginning of February, in the first week of February I bought this. So it came quite quickly. No customs charges. There was a shipping charge, so the product cost $18, and there was a shipping charge of something like, I can't remember how much it was. There was a shipping charge, so in total the whole thing came to, it was about $30. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but the whole thing came up to about $30, because it was about $12 in shipping, which I thought, ooh, yeah. So in total, our money, the whole thing cost about £22–23. So you know what, I wanted to try it out, because Tati is one of those beauty influencers. She's been around forever. She's one of the OGs. She's really lovely woman. Well, she comes across as a really lovely woman. Yeah, she's done some things and she's said some things in the past that might be like, hey, you know what, but she's regretted it and she's apologized and she's moved on from there. So when she's apologized for something, she hasn't gone back and made those same mistakes again, like some of the other big influencers who do all the crocodile tears and apologize and then go on and do the same old crap again. She seems to be actually quite genuine, and you know, she's quite open in the things she talks about in her personal life as well. Like at the moment she's talking about suffering with endometriosis, and you know, I get it, I empathize with her, I get her, I understand her, I like her, I do like her. She's one of the only big influencers who I would say I actually watch. I occasionally watch Patrick Star because he does make me laugh a little bit, but and I occasionally watch Manny MUA. But apart from that, of those big super influencers, oh, and I occasionally watch Nikki Tutorials as well. That's it. They're the only of the big super ones I watch. So Tati, occasionally Manny MUA, occasionally Patrick Star, and occasionally Nikki Tutorials. So Tati is probably the one who I watch the most often of the super big. Anyway, let's get on with this. So what's been interesting about this, I mean, you've probably seen all the stuff about this already, is it's a challenge to the beauty blender or to the traditional beauty sponges that are out there, but mainly a challenge to beauty blender. She's basically saying that, you know, you don't need the beauty blender or sponges to apply your makeup. Her product can do everything for you, everything that your beauty sponge has been able to do. So here we go, this is it, there they are. So that's what they look like. So you've got this larger one here. It feels really soft. It's one of those things where you can just soft and stroke it all day long. It's really nice and soft. So it's got this large oval shape here. That's the size of it compared to my face. So you can see it's quite a big size product. I've got a Real Technique sponge here. This is damp, so obviously when it's damp it gets larger. So you can see the size of it compared to the Real Technique sponge there. I'm going to be using this today to see if I can apply as much of my makeup as possible. So there's that. And then also what came was the little one, which I believe you use for doing all the smaller things like your under eye contours and that sort of thing. So and it does feel different. It's still as soft, but it's harder, it's more firm compared to this, which is really soft. So I have seen and watched people use this product online. So I've watched the American YouTubers who have tried it. A lot of them have given it a thumbs up. They really have. Very strange, getting used to it, but I think they've all liked how it's applied and how it's worked on them. So I just thought, you know what, let me give this a go, because I've got a ton of, I'm just looking at my table here. I've got two of my pots here of brushes. So I'm never going to give up my brushes. These are the two pots I have always readily available. I've got my pot behind me here of my Sigma brushes. So these are the brushes I use most often. And I've got brushes upstairs as well, which I probably should just throw away because I don't really use them as such. But these are the brushes I've got here, which I use most often. So I can't see me throwing away my brushes, because that's just, you know, it's just one of those things you don't, do you? And I'm probably going to be continuing to get little eyeshadow brushes from a lot of the beauty boxes as well. So, but today it's all about the Tati one. So let's go with this. Let's see what she says about it, and then yeah, we'll start. So she's got an overview, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically she says the Blendiful is the makeup applicator you didn't know you needed. This game-changing soft textured fabric tool is a blending dream that's designed to seamlessly apply and soften both liquid and powder products. So that's one of the things she says, you can use it for both liquid and powder. I've seen many YouTubers compare it to other products. So I've seen people compare it to, like, you know, the makeup eraser cloth, the big pink eraser cloth. So I've seen Alexa Jada, I've seen her use this for one half of her face, and she used the makeup eraser cloth to do the other half of her face, which did actually quite a decent job, but this still produced a better job. I've seen people compare it to just using normal makeup brushes, and again, both very good, looked good, but this gave a more soft and blended look again. I've seen people compare it to the Beauty Blender, obviously, because that's the first thing, and again, this in most cases it either equaled or it just looked a little bit more blended and just a little bit more put together. Not by much, but together it did pretty well. So it seems to have performed really well with a lot of people. I've also seen reports that people have had problems with the product actually being torn at the seams, so it's come apart at the seams. So I will be looking to see how mine performs, because you can see it's literally stitched together. So there is a seam with it, and she's acknowledged that, and basically anyone who said they've had problems or their product has torn, she has quickly, no questions asked, she's quickly just emailed the company and they literally sent out a replacement. No quibbles, no nothing. They just sent out a replacement and that was it. So the customer service has been really, really good, apparently. What's the other thing people have commented about? They've commented about washing it. So she's saying that you need to put it in like a netting bag or a pair of tights or something and wash it in a machine. She's saying that it's simple to wash, you know, under the sink using your normal product. I've seen some people wash it and they haven't, they've said that they've had difficulty in getting the stains out of the product. I remember Patrick Starr, when he did this, he literally said it's best to wash it straight away. So after you've used it, wash it straight away. He says you can turn it inside out. I'm not sure how you turn it inside out, but he says if you turn it inside out and then use the other side. But again, I don't know how you turn it inside out, but he basically said just wash it straight after use. You can dry it, don't use a tumble dryer, don't dry clean it, just natural dry it. I mean, I'm the sort of person who puts these things on radiators, or I put in my airing cupboard and it will dry overnight. So yeah, let's go ahead and use it. So I'm going to follow her instructions and see what she says. So let's crack on and do this. Okay, so I'm on her website, so let's see. So step 1, applying the primer. So she says, banish the appearance of pores and fine lines by using a pressing motion with a blurring primer. And she does use the, this. I don't know if I've got blurring primers. I've just got the primers I use. So I'm just going to, oh no, I'm probably making a mistake straight away. I'm just going to use the normal primers that I do. So what I've been using recently, I've been using this one, which is a no problem priming water, and then I kind of mix it with my Becca Evermatte primer, because again I've just got oily skin. So let's see how that works with this. I'm interested to see how this works, because this is literally like water, so don't know what I might do, because let me see how well it absorbs, because this is like water, so I just can't see this actually doing anything on my face. I just think it's just going to absorb straight in, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to put a couple of drops. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you do that. And she says, okay, well, that's kind of worked. And she says, just press it in. So let's crack on and do that. Okay, so that's how it's looking. Let me bring you in closer. Close enough? Okay. Okay, so then I go on to use my Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer, and I literally just do the T-zones and the areas where I get particularly oily. I'm not going anywhere, it's already evening, so I've just put that much on, and I'm just going to do my main areas. Okay, so that's my face prepped. Okay, this is so exciting. Right, so the next thing I normally do, I normally put a powder on, second stage, just to, and I usually just use a little puff there to do it. So no puff today, I'm actually going to use the one product. So I normally set my primer. Particularly again in the areas that gets the most oily, so I put a little bit of the powder in there, and I'm just going to just do what I normally do. So that's how the Blendiful is looking at the moment. Okay, right, now what does she say to do next? So that's step 1. Step 2 now is the foundation. So easily glide on foundation with a sweet sweeping or buffing motion to achieve a flawless and airbrushed look. So the foundation I decided to do today was just a foundation I think a lot of you have got, and it's easily available. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, and I've got this in the shade, I can't remember. Oh, here we go. It's shade 375, which is deep amber. So it says so there. So I'm going to put some of that on. Let's give it a little shake. Right. So one pump. So I normally use about 2 pumps, 2.5 pumps on my whole face. So here's one pump. Right, how's that looking? Well, it looks just the same as when I apply it with a sponge. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to do the second half of my face, and then I'll use that final half a pump just to give me, just to spot cover some of those areas. Because this foundation kind of gives me a medium coverage. So it's another, that was like a 3/4 pump there. Let's do the swiping method. It's so quick doing it this way, because with a brush it's fairly quick. With a sponge it just take a while going da, 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 with that slapping sound. But if you swipe it, it's really quick. And I think I actually like the swiping method better. So can you see the difference? So that's the swiping method. You can still see some of my skin coming through there. And that's the pressing in method. So I'm just going to do a little bit more just to cover up these little patches there where my skin's still coming through. I didn't put any concealer on beforehand, which is something I would normally do. So that's just a little half pump I've done there, and I'm just going to cover up some of these areas there, areas there. That's where I've got my hyperpigmentation, and that's the areas where I'll just press it in there. Okay. So far so good. It seems to be very, very easy to use this. Right, so that's how the Blendiful is looking at the moment. Okay. Right. Stage 3. Stage 3 is, so step 3, she says, apply your concealer, and we're still using this. So she says, use the pointed tip to easily lay down a smooth and even amount of concealer where precision is needed. Right, so let's do that. I thought I'd be going on to the smaller one by now, but clearly not. So I'm just going to use the, what's this one? This is the, what's this one? I don't even know what concealer this is. This is a Wet n Wild concealer, photo focus concealer, and this is in shade, no idea. This is in shade Dark Cocoa. Well, that was a bit easy, wasn't it? That was almost too easy. Okay, so there's that. Now I normally would put on powder. Is that what she says to do next? Let's have a look. concealer. Well, she says do contour, but I'm going to put my powder on there because, you know, you're supposed to be able to do everything with this one, you know, one sponge. So the under eye powder I'm going to be using it's a powder we got in Glossy Box last year, 2019, and it's from May, and it's a banana setting powder, so I'm using this up now. So I do use my products. I don't just get products in the beauty boxes. I actually do use them and work my way through them. I think I've seen some people actually sort of roll the Blendiful up like that. So maybe I should do that. Yeah, that works. Alright, so this is how it's looking after doing my under eye powder. Okay. Right, next is contour. Must admit, I haven't been contouring recently because I've literally run out of my cream contour. But I did receive this from an online friend who I've received through YouTube, and she sent me for Christmas this little palette. So it was Dutch Monique. She's got a channel of her own. She sent me this through as one of my Christmas presents. She sent me loads of little things, makeup items. So this is something I have been using when I have been doing a contour. So let's try using this now, and I'll use the dark colour up here. I haven't really used that yet. I've just been using the concealer and the colour corrector, but I'm going to use that one there and see how I do with this as a contour. See how this works using the same product. So I'm literally just going to smudge it in like that and then see how we go, see how this works. I don't even know if that's dark enough as a contour. Is it showing up? Is that showing up? I think it is. Right, not sure about this for cream, but it's supposed to work. And I want to do along my nose as well. If I'm going to do contour, let's do contour. So I'll do along my nose as well. So again, using that. So at this point I would normally use a brush, so one of my Sigma brushes, to go along my nose to do this. So this feels a bit weird doing it this way, but it's working to an extent. Okay. Right, and bronzer, I would normally do a bronzer as well, so let's carry on using the same thing. Let's use the bronzer. So this is the CoverX palette that came in Box Charm last year, spring. So it was about May, April, May. We got these CoverX palettes, and you can see how much I've been using the bronzer side. Look, I've hit pan on that. But I have got a Bobbi Brown one which I can use later. So let's do this. It just feels really weird just using one product to do my whole face, but it is possible. I mean, I can see my face is coming together here. How's it looking, guys? Right, so that's the bronzer to an effect applied. Oh, I need to do the bronzer on my nose contour as well. I think my nose looks rather exaggerated at the moment, but hey ho. Right, okay. Next, so step 4 was contour. Then we're doing my whole face of powder now. So she says step 5, powder. Dip into your favourite powder and use a patting motion to lay down product for an airbrush locked in finish. So I've literally just started using a new face powder because I finished a whole load of face powders. So I've just started using this one from Milani, and it's called it's just a translucent powder, and I've got it in number 2, which is medium to deep. So I'm going to use that all over my face So it looks like that on the inside. Shake it around a little bit. So I'm still just using this top half of the beauty, of the Blendiful. So I almost said beauty blender there. So I'm just using the top half there, and I'm just going to set my face. I'm using the camera as my mirror. It's probably not a good idea. Let me get my mirror. I need to get a new mirror because this is knackered. It looks awful. I'm embarrassed to bring it up and show it on camera, so I need to get a new hand mirror. But I just haven't seen anything that I like out there. There's a nice hand mirror which I can just hold. Right, okay. It's actually looking alright. I'm liking how this is actually coming together. It's looking good. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Right, so next, what else can I do with this then? And at no point have I used this little one yet. So we've done step 5. Oh right, oh, so step 5 is when this little one comes into use. So step 6 is now the highlighter, and I use this. So she says highlight, taking an angled side, dab on cream or powder highlight to the places you want to glow. Right, so what highlighter am I using today? I am going to use this one. It's a Bare Minerals one, which I got in one of my QVC collections from last year. So this is a Bare Minerals highlighter. This is the Endless Glow highlighter in shade Zen. And it looks like this. It's actually quite glassy. It's almost a little bit, it hasn't got enough gold peach undertones, but I still like it, so I'm going to use it. So here we go, dab this in and then see how this works. Actually, I should have put my blush on because I haven't put any blush on, so I wonder if I can use it to apply my blush. I'll tell you what's good, it's got quite a fine little tip there, so you can use that to do your Cupid bow, which is cool. Okay, I have got highlighter there. We can see that clearly, can't we? Right, let's see. What can I use for the blush then? She didn't say anything about blush, so I'm assuming I can use this for a blush. Why not? Let's go for it. What am I going to use as a blush? Right, the blush I'm going to use is the one I got in the February glossy box. So this one was in the shade Darling Dahlia. I'm just going to turn the sponge around a bit, so use one of those edges there and see how this works. So that's how it's looking. That works. I have been wearing this blush this week actually so far, and it works. It's got a very strong scent of rose though, so do be aware of that. I've actually put on a bit too much blush there, but you know what? That works, I think. Okay, I've got a lot of highlighter on there. I mean, my nose is glistening, but I think as an effect, this looks all right. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my face, and then I'll give you my opinions of how this whole thing has worked. So let me just finish my face, and I'll be back to you in a sec. Right guys, that's it. I have finished my face. So let me quickly just show you the products I use to finish my makeup. So on my eyebrows, I use these products I received in the black box, which I got in January. So those are the eye products, the brow products I received from there. Eyeshadow, I used the January Ipsy Glam Bag Plus Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, which I got. You saw what I used on my cheeks. On my lips, I used the products I received in the February glossy box. I'm trying to make them work, so this is how I've decided to make it work. So I've got the lip liner which we got, that was one of two, and I've kept the red one, and this is the floss lip gloss. So those are what I've got on my lips there. Right, so the main products of the day, this is what we need to be talking about, is the Tati Beauty Blendiful products. So that's how my products are looking now after I've used them. And I used this to apply my primer, my foundation. I use it to apply my under eye banana powder, just to set my under eye concealer. Oh, I use it to apply the concealer, the under eye setting powder, highlighting powder. I used it to apply my contour. I used it to do my contour, my bronzing powder. Used it for the blush as well, and as well as my final setting powder all over my face. So translucent setting powder for the whole of my face, and this little one I use just to do the highlighter on my face. So I think you can use these products to do your whole face. Particularly really noticed it when I was doing the foundation and how quick the foundation went on. Liquid foundation I used, I did both techniques. I did the pressing in technique and I did the swiping technique. This side was the swiping technique, and I actually liked the finished effect with this particular foundation because the foundation I used was the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. I particularly liked the effect with the swiping technique. But I think overall, I think I've got a pretty finished and flawless looking face going on here. I mean, there's no sharp edges. I'm wondering about the highlighter there, but I think that's probably just me and my technique. But look, they're sorted, right? I actually think this is actually rather clever. It's going to take some getting used to, because obviously when you've been using brushes and sponges for years, to suddenly go to something new is different. It takes time to adapt and to change, but it can be used. I am going to go and wash these products later on, so I'll try and make sure I show the washing side of it to see how well they came out, and if I do, I'll put them at the, if I do film that, I'll put it at the end of this video. But as a beauty tool to apply your makeup, hey, it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. So I'm giving them both a thumbs up. I liked it. There was no problems, there's no difficulties in applying anything at all. Yeah, it's all good. So the only thing is the price. Yeah, it's $18, but I think in America the beauty blender costs $21. It's actually quite expensive. I mean, I've always thought the beauty blender was an overhyped product anyway, especially when you can get sponges like the Real Techniques one, which is just as good. But these two, I don't know how long it's going to last, so I think that's going to be the test now, to see how long they last, because with beauty sponges they don't last that long. I think you get good, if you use products every day, with a beauty sponge you can get maybe a good 2 months out of it before you need to throw it out because it gets all manky and torn up and stuff. Definitely with the beauty blender it doesn't last that long, and it's really disgusting on the inside. So I want to see how long this lasts. You will hopefully see me using this, applying my products, so I'm not just saying it, I'm doing it for a video. I'm not just using this today just to get clicks and views. Hopefully you will see me using these products regularly when you see me do my videos and applying makeup. But overall I like it. It's something new, it's fun, hey, it's all good. Pleased with it. So if you've ordered it for yourself, can you tell me how you're getting on with it and how you like it, and how long have you had it, and are you still reaching for it and using it, or are you starting to go back to your old techniques of using your sponges and your brushes? Let us know, because I know there are people who have bought this over here in the UK, and if you're a viewer from America and you purchased this, how are you getting on with it? Same question, are you still using it, or are you, or have you kind of started to ignore it and going back to your old habits of using your sponges and your brushes, or even your fingers? Let us know. But personally, I like the finished look. I think I've actually got quite a flawless look going on here, so it might become a regular part of my makeup routine. But you know, conversation is open. Let me know what you think down below. But before I forget, just want to remind you, I have got a giveaway going this month for February, and in that giveaway it's usually products that I get in my beauty boxes over the month which I've decided I'm not going to use, or I've decided that I want to give it to you instead. So those products I put in a giveaway box. At the moment the box is already looking pretty full, so it's got quite a few things in there already. I've still got beauty boxes to come this month, so the box may still have a few more things added to it. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think down below, and if you haven't joined my fam bammers yet, what are you waiting for? You know what you need to do. Just join the family, press that subscribe button, click the like to show that you've enjoyed the video, and take care of yourself. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.